Hello everybody, in this session we're going to talk about domains. Domains are a way that you can restrict your users to only input certain attributes into a feature class. They restrict the user and speed up data entry and also minimize data entry mistakes. So they're quite useful and highly suggested to apply them to your different attributes in your feature class. So as you can see, I've got a feature class made. And if I take a look, I've created some fields for my feature class called fire hydrant. So I've got a few of these different fields created. I'm going to right click on my geodatabase and I'm going to select domains. So I will have my new domains. I don't have any domains created yet, but I'm going to right click on that tab and I'm going to go new vertical tab because I want to be able to see my fields over on the other side. So I'm going to create a domain to restrict the user input for size of the hydrant. So in this case, my domain name will be called size and my description will be called size of hydrant. And then you can type in whatever you want here, including spaces and special characters. Now, one thing you're going to have to be really careful about is making sure that the type matches in both the field and the domain. So in this case, my size is a data type of short. I have to make sure that my field type is also short for my domain if I want to apply it. If I don't, it will not work. So this size is going to be a coded value. Coded means that I'm going to provide some options for my user and they will input it themselves based on the options that I give them. So in this case, my first option will be maybe I'll have a 4-inch fire hydrant and I'll call it 4 inches, and maybe I'll have a 6-inch fire hydrant, and also I'm going to allow them to choose from an 8-inch fire hydrant. Okay, now once I've got that done, I've got a size for my field. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to map it now. So I'm going to make sure I select my save button. So make sure you save that domain, and then you should be able to come into your drop down list and pick it. If it does not show up there, that means your data types do not match. So what you will want to do is do that for all of your feature classes. So I'll create one more domain for my capacity. And this one is going to be flow rate. And I will rate it in gallons per minute. And in this case, my field type, I have to make sure it's the same. In this case, it's a double, as you can see here. I want to make sure it's a double here as well. So I select that to double. Now I'm not going to use a coded domain. I'm going to use what's called a range domain, which means I give the user a minimum and a maximum. So I will say the lowest flow rate they can input is 100 gallons per minute, and the maximum will be 1500. So if they put anything outside of that range, they will get an error and they will have to force to be put their values within that range. Okay, I'm going to click save one more time, and then I'm going to go ahead and add that domain to your capacity in this case. Now, it's really wise to apply a domain for all of your feature classes, but that's the required. So I'm going to make sure I click save before I shut things down, and then now if I close down my field, I've got my map, I've got my feature class stored in my geodatabase. I'm just going to drag it into my map and drop it in there, and you'll notice that it's empty, the feature class, but I'm going to go to the attribute table, and you'll notice here now if I want to add a row manually, the size I can only choose from those options that I provided, and my capacity has to be within that range. So if I type in something like 10, it won't enter it. It has to be within the options that I've provided. And that's how you can create domains and apply them to your feature classes. Thanks for watching. Bye now.